Yo guys, Crescent here. Welcome to another build video. Today I'll be showing you two stamina decay builds for the Clockwork City patch. Basically the builds are pretty straightforward, pretty simple, but I would say it is really optimal. It's one of the, I would say, more solid builds for stamina decay for this patch. Because obviously with the nerfs with Shuffle on heavy armor, stamina decay got a nerf from that department, and the heavy armor nerf as well, so stamina decay lost some damage, some weapon damage, about 250 weapon damage, which is quite a blow as well. So I would say stamina decay is still alright. Defensively you are still really strong, but offensively it's getting weaker and weaker each patch, I would say. Okay, so long story short, let's hop straight into the sets. The first setup I'll be showing you is pretty straightforward. You'll be running Fury 5-piece, everything impenetrable, everything with stamina glyphs, and Bloodspawn 2-piece, 2 medium Bloodspawn. So you'll get 2 medium and 5 heavy, and both impenetrable with stamina glyphs as well. And the ring, we'll be using agility rings, agility jewelries basically, and we'll be using bash cost reduction, weapon damage, and stamina cost reduction. So this is fixed for most of my stamina decay build. I find this the most balanced defensively or offensively. Okay, here is where the magic happens, and we'll be using the Master Sword and Master Shield. Okay, you can use Sturdy on a shield or impenetrable, both are really good, and make sure you have maximum stamina. So Master Weapon has received a buff this patch, and I think it's still not a lot. Basically fully buff, you could go up to 3.4k heal, and you gain 3.4k spell and physical resistance more or less. But it will get reduced by half, so it's about, basically what I receive, usually the heals I receive is about 1.6 to 1.8k, and you will gain that amount of spell and physical resistance for 3 seconds. I would say Master Weapons are alright. It's not like the best, but it's still pretty solid, I would say, because when you're going offensive, you can heal yourself, which is really nice. And the front bar, you can either use Maelstrom Battle Axe or you can use Elysium Weapons, preferably a Battle Axe, so you get the bleed. Why I slightly prefer Maelstrom at the moment compared to the Elysium Weapon is because as a DK, you can't just burst people down to low HP to execute range, and you can just go into execute. You always need to draw out the fight, you know, like just beat the crap out of your opponent, but really slowly, you know, like you have to just grind them down basically. That's why I feel like Maelstrom Battle Axe is the better choice, because you can apply 3 dots at once. The first dot is 100% apply while you use crit charge, so you get a 7.2k unbuff dot for 5 seconds. The second dot you get is 16% while you're using light attack or basically crit charge or any single thing. You can apply a bleed, which deals quite a lot of damage as well, if I'm not mistaken. I will just show you really quickly. Yeah, about 9k physical damage. If I buff it up, yeah, 9.8k, which is really nice for 6 seconds. So you get 2 dots already, and the third dot we'll be using poison damage enchantment, 3.4k poison damage, which will apply a dot on your enemy as well, the poison status effect dot. That dot will get increased by 50% again because of the passive from stamina decay. Combustion increase the damage of burning and poison status effect by 50%. So that's why you can apply 3 dots just using one skill, and just light attack, you know. You go in, crit charge, light attack, use your venomous claw or your noxious breath, you can apply 3 dots, usually 4 dots basically. You can include noxious breath or venomous claw, so you can apply 4 dots, which is really nice. Okay, that will just put a lot of pressure on your opponent. And yeah, basically Master Weapon is just really nice. Just make sure your skills, okay, sorry, I'm using the wrong skills. I'll just go through the skills really quickly before I change into the next set. So we'll be using Venomous Claw. Okay, so execute Venomous Claw, Stampede, Volatile Armor, Rally, Take Flight, really basic, and a back bar, Pierce Armor, Revert Bash, and this is your flex spot. You can use Flame of Oblivion for more crit damage, and you can do like a nice crit, a dot on your enemy. Every 5 seconds you can do like 6k damage. It could get higher when you buff up yourself, which is really nice. And Igneous Shield is must have, Vigorous must have, Spell Wall also must have. So basically this is your flex spot. What you can use, you can put another dot. You can use Noxious Breath if you want. I don't recommend it. Or you could use Wings, which is really nice as well. Got the buff, 6 seconds now, pretty solid. Or one of the favorites, underrated skill is Absorb Magic. So you can use Absorb Magic when you're fighting like a sorcerer or something. It's really nice. Yeah, basically it just reduces the damage while you're blocking 8% and reduce the cost of blocking 8%. In non-CP, Absorb Magic is really powerful. Okay, so this is the first build, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. And the second build we'll be using is, let me just, okay, I quit everything. So the second build is pretty solid as well. I need to mention that for Fury, if you're using the first build like I mentioned just now, you can only use it in CP environment because Fury is not that powerful in non-CP. But this build you can use it in CP and in non-CP. And yeah, it's really powerful. So Bloodspawn, we'll be using 2-piece Bloodspawn medium as well, impenetrable. We're using 5 pieces of 7 Legion. Okay, 7 Legion Brute set. So we'll be using all we'll be using 5 impenetrable on the body and 2 sturdy. Why I am using sturdy is because I play this build sometimes in non-CP campaign, and I feel like sturdy is extremely powerful in non-CP because your block, you don't have CP to reduce the cost of blocking by 20%, so sturdy is a must-have in non-CP. I would recommend 2 or 3 sturdy in non-CP. Okay, I'll be using 2 tri-stack glyph on the body and on the legs, basically on the big pieces, and everything else is maximum stamina glyph. Yeah, the jewelry you'll be using is agility as well, the same thing. Stamina cost reduction, weapon damage, and block cost reduction. And the front bar you'll be using, you can use Elysium weapon like I mentioned just now, or the Maelstrom Battle Axe. And on the sword and board bar, we'll be using Maelstrom mace or sword if you want, with Maelstrom shield. So what you get from this set is, while after you do damage with low slash, within the 5 seconds, if you charge a fully heavy attack, you can get 2k Magicka and 2k stamina, which is really nice. That's why I feel like this build is really powerful in non-CP. In CP, it is really powerful as well. But I feel like in non-CP, this build will edge out every single other build because you get basically I balance out my build. For Fury, I get a lot of damage, and with the Master Weapon, I get the healing back, you know, the defense back. Okay, for 7 Legion, you get the defense and a little bit of offense, the 483 weapon damage, and you get the healing, which is nice. And with because sometimes I'll be playing in non-CP, so the Maelstrom weapon basically will give me a lot of resource, you know, give me a good sustain to fight in non-CP. Okay, the skills more or less the same, but there are only 2 changes. Basically, we'll be using Noxious Breath instead of Venomous Claw, and we'll be using Heroic Slash instead of Pierce Armor. Everything else is the same. Like I mentioned just now, the flex spot you can change. You can use Flames of Oblivion. You can use the Absorb Magic if you want. Just basically up to you, this flex spot. Okay, but just remember, you can't use Shuffle anymore. It's not good on. You can't use it on heavy armor anymore after the nerf. Okay, I'll just go through the pots, potions, Mundus, and stuff like that. Okay, so there's a few changes. There's a few options you can use. Okay, for the food, you can either use Dubious Cameron Throne, which is really solid, or you could use the dual stat food, which is health and stamina. Both are really good, really up to you. I just feel a little bit more comfortable having that 1.2k stamina recovery with Dubious. But if you are comfortable with low stamina regeneration, just go for this bracelets rabbit with spring rash vegetables. Basically just go for the max health and max stamina food. Okay, the Mundus Stone we'll be using Warrior. Why Warrior? Because as a DK you can use major and minor brutality, so you can increase this by 25% more. So basically it gives you close to 300 300 weapon damage, which is really, really powerful. Our crit is really decent as well, 42%, and yeah, 42.6% because we are using Flame of Oblivion, so we get really high crit. This is totally the unbuffed stats. The weapon damage could go up to, with Fury, it could go up to 3.7k. With the 7 Legion set, it could go up to 3.3k plus, basically, which is really high as well. Given the 40% crit, this is really powerful. Okay, yeah, so what else did I miss? The potions, yeah, the potions are more or less the same. Basically, you could, this is my favorite potion: speed, stamina, and immune to knockback. You can use invincible pot as well. Detection pot is really nice as well, and you could use the crit pot as well if you are not using Flames of Oblivion. So you use immune to knockback, mage's savagery for your crit, and stamina recovery. These are really good. And there's one extra potion which is quite good in non-CP. It's the lingering health potion. Basically, it gives about, if you buff up everything with major mending and everything, it will restore 1.2k plus health every second. So it's like a really it's like basically an extra vigor for you, and you get major vitality for 15 seconds. You get a burst heal. The moment you pop this potion, it's really hard for you to die. You just pop vigor, you won't die for 15 seconds basically. Okay, yeah, I went through the stat sheets as well already. I'll just, yeah, the skills, I went through it as well already. I'll just go through the CP now before I end this video. So 44 into Warlord, 21 into Bashing Focus, 43 Mooncalf, 37 Tenacity, Tumbling 34, 51 Shadow Ward, 19 Bless, yeah, there's nothing here. 72 Master at Arms. This is really important because this is basically all your damage will come from Master at Arms, so you just need to make sure this is 23%. Shattering Blows 13%. I highly recommend you put 13 points into Shattering Blows because this 6% increased damage for shield is really important against a good sorcerer. 44 into Precise Strikes because we have pretty good crit. 23 into Thermal Church because we can apply quite a few dots, so Thermal Church is alright to, because it scales really well. You put 23 points, you get 10% extra, so it's really nice. 49 into Mighty and 10 into Piercing. Okay, 10 into Resistance, 66 into Ironclad, really important. Ironclad 66 points, 37 Thick Skin, 49 Hardy, 43 Elemental Defender, 19 Quick Recovery, and 6 into Expert Defender. Okay, that's it for the CP. Yeah, I think I covered most of the stuff already. Basically, the playstyle is almost identical. It's just that you need to remember, if you're using the Maelstrom weapon, you need to do more heavy attacks. And if you are using the Master weapon, you need to use Pierce Armor. That's really important. Master weapon, Pierce Armor. Maelstrom weapon, Low Slash. Really important. Okay, I think that's about it for this build. I don't think I'll post a gameplay video anytime soon because I'm still theory crafting for a lot of other builds like a Magicka Nightblade, Stamina Nightblade, Sorcerers and stuff like that. Sorcerers, what else? Magicka Templar as well. So these 4 builds, and even I'm planning to do some Warden builds as well, Stamina and Magicka. So I need some time to get items. That's why I won't be playing a lot in Cyrodiil. Obviously, when I finish my build, I'll test it in Cyrodiil solo, like every time I do, before I post the build video. Okay, I think that's about it for this build. Make sure you throw this video a like and subscribe if you want to see more ESO videos. That would be really awesome. And I'll see you guys in Cyrodiil. Okay, bye bye.